It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my
Hey guys, it's me and it's Makeup Monday, and today I did this look. It's basically just a get ready with me. Two focuses to this. One is the new collection by Laura Mercier, the Rose Glow collection. I used every single caviar stick in this new collection on my eyes today. I think that you'll enjoy it and you'll get a good picture of what each tone looks like. Then I used this, which is the highlighter. I think it is beautiful. And one of you had asked me about the Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion lip combos. So that's what we did for the lips. So if you like this look or any part of it, just keep watching. We're going to just do something crazy today. One, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do here. And two, I don't know, we just texted somebody that lives in our new neighborhood to see if the pool is open. We don't know because it had been closed this past weekend because of, you know how all pools and stuff have to have like an emergency phone? Something was wrong with the phone, so the pool was closed. And I don't know if it's open, so I don't know if I want to put on my bathing suit or get dressed. So I thought we would just do a get ready with me. And I do have the new Laura Mercier Rose Glow collection. I have the eye pencils and the face highlighter that I want to show you. So I think I'm going to do just a combination of my makeup in the last 2 days. Kind of, oh, I got a cat hair as usual. I wish you could see that cat hair, a little fuzzy. And I've just got on my morning outfit. I have on the Mason gray robe. It's the banded robe, and I just ordered a short one. I got my mom a short one and she loves it. And then I've got on my Walmart nightgown, and what is this? This is one of the Lively bras that I slept in. Okay, so let's start with my favorite foundation as of late, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear in Shell Beige. I'm using the Colleen Rothschild sponge, and I usually just pour it like that on my hand, and then I get a little bit. I've washed my face with the Colleen Rothschild cleanser, and then I've got on the City Beauty sculpting cream. So I just start. You can't get this sponge anymore, but the Real Techniques one is a good one. It has the flat side like this. Okay, notice how I'm going over my eyelids and going underneath, really working it in my nose. I just kind of work half of my face at a time. And I do have on the City Beauty Clear lip gloss. Okay, then I'm going to get some more on my sponge. I don't like directly go over my eyebrows, but you know, some does end up over my eyebrows. And then I always carry what's left down my neck to kind of blend my body into my neck. So you can see that's such a good color. And then I have this left, and sometimes I'll even take that and just really kind of finish up with this. Just depends on if today I might wear my hair up, so I'm going to do that more than usual. Okay, then to me, even better than concealer is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You have to get a lot of it in here. Like that, a solid base. Then take the pointed end of your beauty sponge, dip it in there, roll it around on your hand so that it almost forms like a powder concealer. And I go kind of this whole area. Sometimes I go across my nose because sunglasses sometimes remove that makeup. And like I can feel the dampness of this sponge. So I did wring it out in a washcloth. but I think it's important to have a little bit of dampness. Ooh, okay, I shouldn't have gone over my eyelids. I typically do, but for today's video I didn't want to. So ignore that you just saw me go over my eyelids. For this look, I don't want you to go over your eyelids with the powder. Okay, now at this point you can go a couple different directions. You can go in with like the Laura Mercier Honey, or whew, I'm getting hot. Okay, we're just gonna have my nightgown on here. With Estee Lauder, you do not have to do that. It is pretty much set. So sometimes I like to go straight in with my bronzer. You know, I love this. It smells so good. It's the Butter Bronzer, and this one is the Deep, I believe. Yeah, Deep Bronzer. I keep looking at the other ones, but this one's so good. It's like, why even change? And then this is my Wayne Goss Original Artiste brush. So I'm gonna kind of do that whole cheek like that, underneath and up on the cheek. Then I'm gonna start doing my hairline. You can see how it's not catching. Estee Lauder, there's a reason it's been like the #1 selling foundation for all these years. I'm gonna do jawline. Remember, a little bit above, a little bit below, and then drag it down. This is also tactics, methods I use when your face is so much lighter than your body. Like that. And I'm gonna go a little bit more. Sometimes I like a little bit more up on the top of my cheek like that. Okay, now we're going to use the new Laura Mercier Rose Glow Highlight Powder. Very pleased with this. I've used it for a couple of days in a row now. And just get some of this. Isn't that beautiful? Highlight your cheeks. I do this before I do my blush. I am not going to do it across my nose, or I don't typically do that, but I will for today. But you do wherever you like to highlight. I typically like to just do across the tops of my cheeks. Okay, now I'm going to use one of my old favorite blushes. It's the Lorac Exposed, but this is almost identical to Milani Luminoso. And go over that highlight, kind of like in between the bronzer and the highlight in the middle, and you'll go over each one of them a little bit. Okay, so you'll see that's kind of a lot for me, but the way I kind of knock down that texture and too much shimmer is I use the Morphe setting spray. I love this stuff. I mean, if it was Chanel, I would still buy it. I love it. You see, I kind of used a little bit more than usual because I had all those powders on, especially with something shimmery, like the blush was shimmery, the highlight was shimmery. So I kind of wanted to melt those all together and take a little bit of that, you know, powderiness out of it. So that is basically the face. Let's do lips. I looked and looked. I bet I spent 45 minutes looking for you, whoever it was out there that asked me about the Kardashians. It was the Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, and you asked me about their lip look. So I watched it. I looked it up and watched some of it, and I did it yesterday and I loved it. I mean, it's definitely their lip look, but I think that I achieved it. So I'm going to do that with you today. I'm going to just blot off the extra lip, the City Beauty clear lip gloss. What they've done is they have a clear lip line, but I say that they have a definite lip line, but it is blurred, and they have overlined. So remember when I explained to you how you have this little ridge, your vermilion, some is more prominent than others. I typically like to go right on that line, but really not over it. What they have done is they have gone over it, but what they're doing to get away with it is they are buffing it out and making it not so stark. Typically I use either Lancome Ideal or, you know, one of my you know, regular lip liners. But I noticed that most of theirs wasn't warm, it wasn't mauve, it was kind of a cool brown, except for Chloe had on a pink. If you want to get Chloe's lip, I recommend doing this with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and then go in with your favorite, you know, pink lipstick that will go with that. Maybe I'll do that for you another day, but today we're going to use Matte's It. That is more of a cool lip tone, but it's got like a, it's got a cooler undertone, like a gray, more gray undertone. Okay, so we're going to line our lips, but a little bit over. And you can do it a little bit at a time. See, that's going over a little bit more than I usually would. I'm going to do a little bit more just to demonstrate. And then I'm going to do the same thing underneath. So you can see the difference in the two sides. I probably need to go, let me just stick with this. I might, some of them go even further than this, but let me see what happens when I blend it. Okay, so there it is, completely over. Now take a, you know, a lot of people suggest lip brushes. I really suggest a concealer brush. I don't like a lip brush that's pointed. This is the Bobbi Brown Cream Shadow. It's not even a concealer brush, but something like this. You want it to be not natural fibers, and I like it when it has a little bit more of a rounded edge like this. So now we're going to really buff out that lip line. Like that. So you can see the difference in the two. See how that's more of a stark line and that's more buffed out into the skin? So do the same thing. Like that. So there goes your Kim Kardashian lip liner. Now at this point you can go with, I prefer not to use matte. A good, if you do want something more matte, those, let me use both for you and then you can see. Hold on. So this is matte and this is the Kyer Weiss Serene. So you could use a color like this and you could do that half. And then yesterday I just used good old Shining Peach, never fails. You could do it like that. So see how this has more of a shine, and of course it'll get better the longer you wear it, but that has more of the matte. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And then hopefully I'll remember to revisit this at the end and we can decide what we like better at the end. But that is what I would call what they did with their lips, minus Courtney. You know, Courtney's never going to go with everybody else. Looks like she just did a simple lip liner with a simple gloss. You know, she's not into that stuff. So now let's do our brows. I just still go back to this. It's the clear brow set. I turn it on the side. I really goop it up some, kind of like I do, you know, with my mascara. First you apply the product and then you can kind of spread out your brows, kind of like if you put a lot of mascara on and then you separate your lashes. That's kind of how this is. But because this has that flat side, you can really, you know, see, apply it, and then you can even use the ends to do this. And I could easily stop right there. I think day before yesterday, I stopped right here because I knew I was going to have sunglasses on. But today, we're going to look at these Rose Collection. What is it? I keep wanting to say Rose Gold, but it's Rose Glow Collection. So they sent these to me. I'm very thankful. And they go from, let's see, they go from lightest to a darkest color, like this. And so let's use a little bit of all of them. Let's start off like I would typically do with maybe your mid-tone for the crease. So I'm going to lay them down here in this order. This is Strike a Rose. Okay, what I was saying earlier about not powdering my eyelid, with shadow pencils, it's like I don't like using them over a powdered lid, or I can use it over the Laura Mercier Buff because that still gives you a slicky finish, but I don't like using them over anything that is grippy. So what I usually prefer doing is just using them over the foundation that is on my lids. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to take this mid-tone color and I'm going to do just like I would do with a powder. I'm going to run it through my crease like that, and then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to spread it up and out. So don't put it too high or too far out. Remember that you're going to take your finger and you're going to spread it up and out. Like that. So that gives you a base, and I think I'm going to take this color and run it under my eyes, since I usually do that with my first crease color. And then I'm going to do like that. I like this. I didn't want to just swatch these on my hand because it's just not the same. Okay, so that was Strike a Rose. Now we're going to go with the next one down, a little bit lighter. This is Kiss from a Rose. And we're going to kind of just go on the outer bit. I just want you to be able to see what color it is mainly. Okay, this is actually a good all over lid color. I'm going to use it all over the lid up into like the first third. Like that. If you're fair, this would be a good medium tone. Then I'm going to take this lightest color, which is Wild Rose, and I'm going to put it on my inner corner and the first third of my eye, like that. Beautiful tones. I love that it's not too pink. It's very, very wearable. A lot of times pinks are too orangey or too rosy. They're just not what I like. And I'm going to carry this even a little bit further just because I like it. And if you wanted to, since you know this is the lightest one, if you want to put a little bit up here. I probably wouldn't ordinarily, but just to show you. Okay, so what we have left are the two darkest colors. So the next to the darkest is Bed of Roses. I'm going to use this to kind of accent the outer. I'm going to rub it up and out like that. See how this eye is already pulled out more? Like that. And I like this so much, I'm going to do a little bit more. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to save the very darkest color until after I do my liner and probably after I do my lashes. We'll see how I feel. And for eyeliner, I didn't bring anything out here, but I think I'm going to do what I did yesterday. Hold on. Okay, and I've got my lashes, Kiss Jubilee lashes already cut from yesterday. So yesterday, you know, a lot of times I just grab the first liners I see, and I saw this one. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Onyx and the roller liner in black. So I'm going to take this and just do a good line, just old school, you know, just like a line across your eye. Make sure you kind of rub it in the lashes like that. Brookie's home. And then I'll do the same for the other. Okay, and where my eye is kind of coming down, I'm going to make that a little bit thicker. I think most people would benefit from that. Okay, and you can smudge this out if you want to. Use this little smudger. To me, it's already smudgy looking because I'm so used to using liquid liner. Just a pencil liner is automatically smudgier looking to me. And then do the trick I taught you with your liquid liner pen and just connect your wing. And so you'll have to do this just across, down by the lashes, just to get it to blend well. And I actually really like a straight wing like that. Like, I love it when you look down and it kind of goes like that. So I'm gonna do that on the next one. So there you have it, just a little bit. Like, I could have done them up a little bit more, but every day, new wing. Definitely now I'm gonna take the darkest one and go off that wing and just start small and keep blending it out. Like that. And if you wanted to, you could go a little bit under here. Like that. See how that pulls your eyes and gives you just that. I mean, it's amazing how much bigger you can make your eyes look. Okay, now I'm going to use this mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious. It is some good stuff. Let me just show you. And I must say I'm using Revitalash, which you guys know I love New Lash. I've used, what is the other one I used? Grande Lash. But I have to say, when you finish your first tube of Revitalash, something happens. Like, all along you'll see some improvement, but there's just something about when you finish that first tube and you go on to the next one, they are so long. So I'm on like tube 2 or 3 and they are long. Like, really, I can't even, the ends, if I do them, they're going to touch my brow bone too much. I mean, they're not even, I haven't even curled them or anything. So when people ask me, does that stuff work? Yes. Need to do the glue. Duo Dark. I'm going to put this on my, always put it on your lashes before you do your mascara. That way it gives you about the perfect amount of drying time. Don't ever squirt the glue on your lashes. Take the time to do this because you don't need too much and you don't want it squirting all in your lashes. Okay, so now let's take the lash. Mine's already trimmed and I'm gonna just bend it a little bit. And then I'm gonna use this to lift my eyes a little bit. I set it down where I want it in the front and then I just place the rest on the wing like that. So like that, yeah, I mean, I know that that is good mascara and that looks fine, but there's just something about that that just adds that much. These lashes are inexpensive and this is not hard to do, so there's no sense in scrimping. I like to go all the way. Glam every day. Okay, so my hair is, I let it dry naturally with like no product in it. I was up here into something and just took the towel out of my hair, and I had used the Malibu hard water shampoo and conditioner because it's just, this water is so hard. John did just change the filter last night on the shower head, but so I used that Malibu and it did help, but I just took it out of the towel and let it dry. No oil, no product, nothing. So I don't want to brush it because when your hair has, it's had that hard water on it, it will tangle, and if you brush those tangles, you could break it. So I don't want to brush it until I shampoo and condition tonight. So that's why it's so ratty and like crazy looking. Okay, how do we feel about the lipstick? Which one do you like better? Do you like the matte, or do you like the little bit of glossiness from the L'Oreal? What I'm going to do is, now I'm going to put some matte on over here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the glossy all over. And just kind of mix them together. And that loses your lip liner a little bit, but we don't want to mess with it because we've already feathered it out perfectly. Just let that marinate. Let that mix up, and then I think you'll love that lip combination. And I think that's part of their secret. It's just blending it out and using a dark enough lip liner and going over your lips just enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm not even sure if I'm going to put a bikini on, if I'm going to put a dress on. So I will put a picture at the end of this video of my outfit of the day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. I can't wait. See you then. Bye-bye.